Good afternoon, my fellow family, friends, and colleagues. It's your girl, Dr. Charity, aka the Queen of Divas, and I'm here to give you your weekly encouragement on today. Well, on this beautiful, gorgeous, it is a gloomy day, but it's still yet a blessed day. Let that reach out to somebody. Just a little, cause today I'm gonna bring everything down there between you and me. Anybody who's tuning in today, it's just between you and me. It is a gloomy day, but it's a blessed day. Still a blessed day. Still a lovely day. And because it may be gloomy, it may be cloudy, it may be a little dreary and rainy, but at the end of the day, the fact that you're here is the blessing. The fact that you have is the blessing. The fact that you have the life, health, strength, transportation, shelter, food, and more of abundance. That right there is the blessing. But like I always said, there's more. There's still, in all of that dreariness and all of that dimness, there's still a light shining behind the cloud, which is the spiritual sun, which is where then abides the favor from on high, where then abides your overflow. It's right there. But the question to you is, are you ready for it? I know I am, but that's just me. Today it's about you, but that's just a question to ask. Are you ready? But I'm gonna dive in and give an insight on today. I just want to bring it down, because I, this was, as you know, this past week, which I had a glorious time, a great birthday, I call it a eye opener birthday. It kind of just made me realize, sometimes we as human beings can take a lot of things for granted. We take a lot of things for granted that we underestimate the importance of having. So today, I want to give just some strong motivation, some strong encouragement to those who are listening out here today. Um, because you have to take into mind that life is short. Regardless of how you look, what aspect you look at, and what perspective you look at, life is short. So every opportunity that you get for anything and everything has to be taken into consideration just like that. Come on in. I want to tell you something. Come on in. I want to tell you something. Just let me in. So I want to talk to everybody out here. Let's just dive in right now. Has anybody ever, which everybody here that is a grown individual has at least experienced grief somehow, some way, whether that was grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, mama, daddy, child, maybe even a pet, dog, cat, somewhere down the line, cousin, sibling, somebody. So you've seen. Has anybody ever had a chance to reflect back, whether it was on this missing person's birthday or anniversary or uh, special occasion, whether it be a Thanksgiving, Christmas, something, family reunion, somewhere down there, and you get the memories just clamor together, and it's amazing of what you can recall. Just sitting there recalling. Anybody felt like that? Anybody can sit there and just reminisce what it was like. Just you can just sit there and think back something that happened 20 years ago, but the way it runs back and flows back through your mind is just like it was 20 minutes ago. Anybody had that? I know I have plenty of times. This is why I want to talk. This is why I want to tell. See, the weekly encouragement for this week, I want to encourage you. There's nothing wrong with feeling. Feel the emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to encourage you to, while you're feeling the emotion, don't take for granted the opportunity that lies ahead of you. Well, what does that mean? Somebody may be saying, well, Dr. Charity, whoa, okay, what is that? Whoa, I'm a little lost. That wasn't as simple as I thought. And that's all right. You're who I'm talking to. I'm telling you, it's nothing wrong with feeling the emotion. But learn when to ain't nothing wrong with reflecting back. But then after you reflect for some time, learn how to put a lid on it. Learn how to put a time stop on it and say, okay, now what lies in front of me, I'm trying to do, fill in the blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that means I got to do ... and keep it moving. Because sometimes we as human beings, the first issue I saw, because I had a nice eye opener for my birthday. And it really brought me and made me realize, hold on for a minute. It made me realize even more. Do your part. Do what you need to do. Don't worry about somebody else. God got them. Do your part. Do your thing. Just hear the deal though, but you need to focus on what you need to do, because guess what? You don't focus on what you need to do, you're going to miss out on the opportunity. Ain't nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with feeling the emotion. I was tuning in to the pastor Darius Daniels, and he was talking about it, even as God has promised you that there's still a feeling. You still feel the process, even after he done promised. Meaning you still feel the roller coaster, the up and down of the roller coaster, even after you were told you were going to survive it. And you were going to get accredited for this. You still feel the ride, which I say he won't lie, because I've never known a woman to sit there and go see an ultrasound and see that baby and miss out on having a labor and delivery to get the baby. No, you still had to suffer to receive that baby and have that baby laying in your arm. You still had to suffer. So that's how it was made by God himself. I ain't never known nobody that had it just given to them. You had to go through and then I love how Joel Osteen piggybacked about the discouragement. You still had to go through the discouragement even after being promised, because it tests your faith. It tests your patience and endurance all in one. So that's why today I'm telling somebody who's maybe listening in, first things first. There's nothing wrong with feeling the emotion. You're meant to feel sad at times. You're meant to feel angry at times. You're meant to feel lonely at times. You're meant to feel discouraged at times. That happens. Nobody said that won't never gonna come around your avenue. And whoever said it was is lying through their teeth. That is that's natural emotions. Just as sure as you're meant to be happy, and just as sure as there are times that you're meant to be upset, meant to be sad, meant to be dismayed, discouraged, lonely. Hey, it's meant to happen. And regardless of what all many promises, blessings that lies ahead of you, guess what? You still going to go through. I don't care how many times he above promised, you still got to suffer. Suffering for him it's raining with him in the end. So that's his life. And if you think that that's a little too spiritual, like I said, use the metaphorically speaking, ask any woman that had a child. Did she ever suffer through the 9 months of pregnancy? Excuse me, but you're talking to one that had to go through with 3 boys 3 different times. I pushed a little baby boy out twice and then had one cut out of me the last time. Yeah, my experience. Tell me about some pain. Tell me about some sickness. But at the end of the day, I don't even emphasize on how much I suffer for them 3 boys, because at the end of the day, it's 3 boys that I love with all my heart. 3 handsome boys that technically, with the way my life has been since being a little girl, I'm not even supposed to be in this situation. I ain't even supposed to be able to say that. But the fact that I am is where I give glory and honor. Just like I give glory and honor for being here. So I'm telling you on today, that's the first thing. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling sorry. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling sad. Ain't nothing wrong with being angry. That's life. But now, here's the next thing. But it does come a point where you can't live in that emotion. That's what we got to learn. That's the second, that's the turning point. We cannot live in that emotion. You got to reflect and experience the emotion, but then you got to move on from the emotion. Move on. Because guess what? Most of the time when you're feeling this emotion, there's an opportunity in front of your face that the distraction of this emotion is keeping you from doing what you got to do to obtain the next opportunity that waits on you. And as I've told you week after week, you're not waiting on it. That is not what's happening. It's waiting on you, but you've got to do the work. Don't sit, you ain't waiting on nothing. It's waiting on you. But if you're going to sit here and act like there's nothing else that I can do, I just sit here and wait and it'll just drop down in my lap, okay, well, guess what? You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. I've seen that happen in all areas. I have seen people miss out on everything. Career, school, house, car, even a relationship. All because they putting all that stock into the emotion and feel like, oh, they'll feel sorry, they'll work with me, and they'll give me a chance, and the opportunity it'll come because it was meant for me, right? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And I'm telling you today, don't take it for granted, because that's a lot of times, like I said, that's a term inspector of this weekly encouragement. I'm here to let you know that a lot of us do take the opportunity that we're presented for granted. We play with it like it's going to be sitting there. You want me to give you, for those who are less religious, I'm gonna give you a good old fashioned experience from my life. I'm gonna go pull out a story from my archive. So I knew somebody closely. It felt like, let's just use so many of these lovely stories because of the field that I work in and what I've seen both professionally and personally, so many ways. But I use this one. So I knew somebody that really had had everything. All he had to do was just work with it. Had everything right there and give it some time. Just work with it. Work along with it. That's all you had to do. You had to put in some work. It won't just drop into your lap. He obtained it, but couldn't maintain it. And in the end, ended up losing it. Now, he thought he lost what he wanted. He thought he could go in and, chisel and cut off what he wanted and keep what he wanted and then discard what he didn't want. But because this was all one package, when he cut off what he thought he didn't want, he ended up cutting off what was the very hand and arm helping him. So he ended up having to sit there when he did, because he thought he felt good at one point, But after a while, life came and haunted him. He looks around and is looking for this support, looking for this help, looking for this in the back. It won't, perfect, but it was the best thing because this is the closest he's ever been. When he looked around for it, it was gone. She was gone. Okay, so he tried to fake it off. Okay, whatever. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm still cool. It won't long. Some time went by, and he started having to see. Now all of a sudden, he had to see the very thing that was sitting beside him, that was the very thing supporting him. He had to watch it slowly back away from him. Slowly but surely, the very thing supporting him ended up supporting herself. And the very thing he wanted from his connection with her, she ended up experiencing, but there was one thing missing: him. Because of what he did, it goes all the way back to what he did. He cut off. And when he cut off, he thought he was chiseling off what he wanted and keeping what he did, chiseling off what he didn't want and keeping what he wanted. So then he ended up not only cutting off but in the end, that was all wrapped in one package. So not only did he end up cutting off what he didn't want, he ended up cutting off what he wanted. So now he had to sit there and watch the very thing that he wanted him for himself happen in her life without his name attached to it. And the thing about it is, he was burning on the inside like, this is supposed to be me. This is mine. This is mine. This was mine. This is not fair. This is not right. But he couldn't say nothing because he knew. What did Alicia Keys say about karma? What goes around comes around, and what goes up must come down. That's what happens. I'm just using that metaphor. I'm just using that metaphorically speaking. In other words, the man missed out because he took for granted what he didn't just obtain. He failed to maintain and keep what he had. So then he's got to sit there and watch the very thing that he wanted grow. But this time he can't go out there and enjoy. Because guess what? He cut it off. Which a lot of us do. You start acting like this is going to be sitting here waiting for me all my life. It's the same thing with school. I told folks that when they come, don't wait till it feels perfect to go to school. No. When the opportunity comes, start investing. Start looking in it. Same thing with the job. Same thing with the house. Same thing with the relationship. You don't wait till it gets perfect. Because guess what? The very woman and man that may care and love you today, as Beyonce said with Jay-Z, when Jay-Z tried to play her, what did she say? She told him, excuse me, you need to get it right. I can most definitely be gone. And I said, she did it right. Because it just shows when she showed him that she had one foot out the door. Sean Carter straightened up. That's how it is. I'm only saying this to somebody that may feel like, well, I'm in the emotion and I just don't know how to, I don't know what, no, I understand that. But you've got to make up your mind that you don't want this opportunity. What matters more beginning on today? What matters more? Getting the emotion out and crying all the time, or obtaining and maintaining the opportunity that is presented before you? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't get these grand opportunities 500 times in your life. You don't get that career opportunity 200 times. You don't get the business contract 200 times. You don't get the spouse 200 times. It don't come 200 times out your life. So there comes a time, if you weren't ready, it moves and you miss out. But today I'm encouraging you to not miss out. Don't take it for granted that just because is here and it's got my name on it. It's going to be right here until I spend about 10 years to get myself together. That's not how the story goes. A baby don't wait no 10 years to come out. A woman ain't going to wait years. A job don't wait. A business contract don't wait. It takes you putting your foot forth, putting the effort out, and saying, look, I cried my tear. Now it's time for me to straighten up, pull myself up by my bootstraps, and let me go ahead and dodge in. Let me go ahead and dodge. Let me take what's mine now, because if I don't take it, somebody else will. Because I tell you right now, I've been on both sides. I've been the one that missed out, and I've been the one that's looking out and seeing the other men doing this number. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right. I mean, God, I don't get another chance. Not with me. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just. I told y'all I was gonna make it simple, but bring it down to earth. Not with the Queen of Divas, cause I give everybody multiple chances. Oh, you, hey, just like I told one of my besties, honey, my love and care for you is not desperation. So please don't get my love and care mixed up. Don't think love and care means I'm gonna always be there. Whoa. Just as sure as I'm here today, is as sure as 2 weeks from now, your phone can be bone dry and you will feel like somebody else in my lovely life, like somebody else in my life. And honey, your mama could not be around. And honey, you'll be sitting there looking around thinking, who does this when your own family dies? Like nobody supports nobody. I've been there. I just tell folks, don't take for granted. When you get the opportunity, take it. Don't play with it. Take time to cry a little bit, be angry a little bit, be sad a little bit, discouraged a little bit, but then pick yourself up by the bootstraps and say, I got to go, I got to press, I got to push, as Tisha Campbell said. I got to push until I get it right. You got to press in, you got to press on. Because there's an opportunity that waits in front of you. But if you sit there and decide to take it for granted and not move, it will move itself, and it is not going to move to you. It's going to move past you. And you're going to be the one sitting there like, but I thought I was supposed to have that. That was supposed to be mine. Well, what did you do to go seal what was yours? Because, honey, you got to show faith. Faith without works is dead, according to the word. So that means you got to put some work into it. Where was your proof? Because you can't speak it. Anybody can talk. Word don't move nobody. Word don't even, look, there's power in life, lies in the power of the tongue. But guess what? There's stuff you got to not just say. There's stuff you got to do to seal what comes to you. So I'm telling you today, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. The opportunity is in front of you, but you've got to make up your mind to do what you need to do so that you can get through and get what belongs and willingly deserving to you. But it takes you pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, cry a little bit, and then pull it up and say, I got to go in because I refuse to miss out on this opportunity right here, because you know what? I might not have another opportunity like this again. Don't sit there and bet on it that this is going to come 200 more times. Because guess what? I've seen it one too many times. Of somebody looked back at me and said, Dang, so I really should have did what I was supposed to do, right? Yeah, because it's just not, you don't always get 200 times after. No, that's how it is. That is how it is. Dang. Well, that's why I'm reaching out and telling you on today. It's nothing wrong with being in the emotion, but make sure going through this week, make sure that you don't take for granted the opportunity that lies in front of you. Don't do that. Don't act like this is going to be there forever and I get to enjoy and kick my heels up and walk past this and I'll walk around it without doing nothing, because just as sure as it's here right now, is as sure as it can be gone tomorrow. Don't think that it won't be gone. I've had plenty look at me and thought that, and then were amazed. You don't know how many times I've seen a creeping face come back in my life. Like, hi, I was just seeing how you were doing. Oh God, dang, was she a mean person? God, I thought she actually cared about me. Then, dang, she went away. Like, wow. Dang, no, I'm a nice person. That's my best friends know. I got your back. I got you and your family's back. But you got to, hey, you got to do everything that you got to do on your end to keep the wheel turning. Because I'm not just gonna do the work. Oh no, no. My name ain't silly. Okay, you silly to think my name is silly. No, baby, I'm like a Suge. And that's me. I'm Oprah's character. That's me. I'm not silly. I'm Suge. I'm Suge or Oprah's character. That's what I am. I ain't no silly. So I'm not missing out on the opportunity. I'm going to enjoy mine and get mine because I know that there's greater that lies in front of me than behind me. I do go through the emotion, but I don't stay in it because there's more of a grander opportunity that lies ahead than what's behind. And I do not want to miss out on the opportunity that's presented to me, because what's presented to me may not ever show up again. So I'm going to do all that I can on my end to obtain, not only obtain, but maintain what is meant for me and refuse to let anybody else take what's mine, because it was promised to me. It only needs to see my work and my faith diligently, and consistently. Well, that's all that I have for you on today, but tune in next week for another weekly encouragement. Please subscribe to Lady Superwoman on YouTube. That's at Lady Superwoman 9999. That's 4 nines for all your weekly encouragements and motivations. And remember, going through this week right here, make sure that there's nothing wrong. Know that is nothing wrong with feeling the emotion, being in the emotion, but do not live in it. Do not live in it and cause yourself to miss out on the opportunity that is presented ahead of you, because you may not have that opportunity ever again. Go get it right now. Do not stall, because you will miss out. Life is too short and you will miss out on this opportunity. It's going to go right over your head, and then you won't be able to be mad at nobody but yourself. Don't do it. Take it right now, obtain it and maintain it, because it is yours right now. I love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.